welcome back to more Let's Play Dragon Warrior Monsters. Last time, we did a bunch of breeding, as well as some farming, and more or less set up to do what we planned on today, which is going through the Wells Gate. It's gonna be a pretty long journey, so I'm glad that we have Fran and Aqua. Frankly, I don't think we're going to be taking Wing with us. Instead, I want to bring Slab. Just because he's going to be, I'm going to say useful, even though I know he's kind of not going to be the most useful. But hey, it's fine. It'll be okay. So goodbye, Wing. And hello, Slab. Now, the only problem is that, again, because I put him back in, he's gained a little more wild. Not the end of the world. So we do at least have a pork chop to give him. There you go, buddy. But it's still not, phenomenal. The big thing that took forever last episode was breeding up Wing, so that way we could show her to the queen and get a sirloin, which, while we do kind of want another one, I plan on using on the upcoming boss of the Wells Gate to try to recruit them. Now, this is no guaranteed thing, meaning that I'm going to be saving before going into the gate, praying that we find a save point in the middle of the dungeon, and going from there. Otherwise, get all our stuff set up for cascading. Should be all good to go. Alright, let's head in. Now, we got a little bit of a taste of this Mystic World last episode, seeing that a lot of the floors were fairly small and short, with, honestly, a fair amount of masters. I compared it to the Bazaar Gate, which, as we know, was one of my premier go-to farming spots. So having just a better version of that is really nice. Now, luckily, I think Slab's wild is low enough that he won't disobey us, but I still gotta be careful. Hey, Aqua gains a level, hitting level 23. She gains 4 HP, 5 MP, 6 attack, 5 defense, 6 agility, 6 intelligence, and her call help becomes yell help. Very useful. I want to say it works pretty much the same as call help, except I think it has a higher chance of working. I might be wrong on that, but it's just better, so I ain't gonna complain. Otherwise, too, the nice thing is that because Fran... Also, hello, Giant Slug. I don't think we've seen you yet. Anyways, back on track. Because Fran has Map Magic and Step Guard, as you saw we needed last time, we should be able to get through here pretty easily. Plus, as you can see, everyone's HP is above 100, which is super nice. Trust me, that's going to start making a pretty big difference. Because enemies at this point in the game are really going to start hurting. So, having good damaging abilities, as well as plenty of HP to survive enemy abilities, is seriously important. So, I am more than happy to have spent a good few episodes going out of our way to make sure we have a team that can actually, survive going through areas. Very nice. Slab increases to level 12. He gains 5 HP, 3 MP, 4 attack, 5 defense, 3 agility, 6 intelligence, and his Fireball becomes Firebane. Just in time. Very useful. Also, our cascading got messed up. So let's see. If she is on... So mixed and cautious. Okay. So I actually want Aqua to be on charge. There we go. Just because Aqua's already a hot blood, so I don't really have to worry about her as much. Figure we'll change her to go along with everyone else. Ooh, this looks like a nice big floor, which is, again, why I'm happy that we have Map Magic. Saves us a lot of headache. And yes, while exploring is nice and good for all the EXP and goodies, it's better. Oh, ho, ho, ho. speaking of better, elf water restores all MP to a monster. That is a darn good pickup. This is why this gate is just better than the Bazaar one. Now, like I was saying, it's sometimes just better to get through the gate rather than explore the floor fully, because you can blow through resources. But, on the flip side, you don't gain as much EXP or find as rare of items, such as the elf water. It's kind of awesome that we can start finding those, because they become extremely useful in later deep dungeon dives. So, I wouldn't go willy-nilly using them right now, but if you're in a pinch and you have it and need it, better to use it than to have not and wanted it. At least I figure. Let's see, looks like another small floor. Ooh, plenty of meat. Hoping for some good stuff. Pork chop, that'll help. The rib, okay. Very good. All useful stuff. Now, I mentioned that I really wish that we find a second sirloin while here. If that doesn't happen, we're gonna need, I think, at least 2 or 3 ribs to make up the difference while surviving the fight, and also, you know, defeating the boss these things. That's why I was a little concerned. Now, overall, I think we'll be decently fine, but I just know that the next boss can deal some serious damage, and unfortunately has zombie cuts, which means Fran is in deep trouble. So, it's gonna be kinda sketchy going through this fight with the team we have. Also, hello, Life Acorn. So yeah, I'm a little worried. Admittedly, I'm also gonna do this. I want her in the back row. Otherwise, let's see. You're mixed, so if you're charged, she's uncautious. I'm gonna set her on that, and then have Aqua be cautious. There we go. Fix our cascade order. So yeah, I'm kind of wary about how this next fight is going to go, but we'll see. I think it'll be okay, but sometimes you never know. Also, wow, plenty of seeds. That is excellent. I really don't need all these herbs, so let's use some of those for some intermediate healing. Also, Fran did not need that, but all good. Ooh, hello, Mr. Healer. You are exactly the thing I want to find. Now, I think I'm actually going to just leave him there, do some more exploring, just to see if we can, you know, actually get a good heal out of him. Ooh, hello, tree slime. So figure the more we can do before healing, the better. Now, frankly, we are making a fairly good pace through the dungeon, so that is good. Also, man, 64 damage on one attack. That is awesome, Fran. I love seeing it. As you can see, we're doing a fair amount of damage and gaining a fair amount of EXP. So, I'm feeling pretty good. Nice antidote leaf there. Very useful. And I guess, well, we're already here. Come here. It must be the destiny to meet you here. Indeed, it must be. Frankly, we've kind of seen the dialogue, so I don't feel bad skipping it. Otherwise, all sorts of monsters. The only one here I really care about is the Gizmo, but typically your team is always going to go for the Gizmo first, and we kind of need to save our meat for the boss. So, no harm, no foul. Namely because, in addition to Lava Man, Gizmo can also produce a Phoenix, so it's another really good combination. Though, speaking of Lava Man, if we're able to recruit an Iceman, we can create yet another very special monster from that. So, whether we get, you know, a Phoenix and combine that Phoenix Aqua, or we get an Iceman and combine the Iceman with the Lava Man is up in the air. But they're both very, very good combinations, so it's worth keeping in mind. What's also worth keeping in mind is Fran gaining a level. She's now level 13. She gains 5 HP, 5 MP, 8 attack, 4 defense, 3 agility, 5 intelligence. Very nice, Fran. Get a nice free heal. Man, I am feeling good. Also, too, Fran, what is your defense? 82. Gonna be honest, that's kinda not that high. I'm actually gonna give her those defense seeds just because I know that the boss has a weakness of hers. Otherwise, I want to keep our life acorn. I could use the attack seed, but I'm not really that worried. I think it'll be fine to keep a hold of that. Otherwise, we're making darn good progress. Kind of blitzing through here. And then we get a nice big room like this. But again, why we have Map Magic, our best friend, helps us find and discern the correct path without wasting too much time. I guess, too, while we're here, take a quick look around, see if we're missing anything good. And, ooh, another bottle. I was going to say, if not, we'll be on our way, but getting the chance for elf water is pretty worth it. So, I will happily take a chance to cascade, gain some EXP, and gain some elf water. Now, the only thing I am a little worried about is that Slab is kind of just here. He's not really all that special, but as he levels, he'll gain some more abilities, so not too worried. And Awake Sand, nothing great. Still, might be useful. Let's see, keep on cascading. Which I should check. I think Slab will be a Hot Blood fairly soon here. Let's take a look here. Hot Blood, Whiz Kid. Oh yeah, we're making perfect time. I say perfect. Making good time. Also, as you can see, because we're actually adventuring with Slab and commanding him properly, his wild is going down all on its own. That's why I wasn't too worried about leaving him behind, but if it had maxed out at 255, I would have had to spend some serious money on pork chops to get him down below a certain amount, because otherwise he just would not listen. And that would be bad. Gosh, alright. Got a bit of a journey. Ooh! Or we could skip to the end of the dungeon. I like that idea.
I'm a wizard and a master. If you win, I'll show you my power.
Because while I do enjoy showing off the gates for what they're worth, saving on some resources is never a bad thing. Now, this might end up screwing us over, because evidently, I really, really wanted to find a save point to get to the boss and save, so that way, ideally, I can just use the one sirloin and be on my way. But you know I have a hard time passing up good EXP. So I think, worst case, what I plan on doing is, if we get teleported to the final floor or near it, I'll explore that floor or those floors and try to find more meat and then take on the boss. And if we don't, we can attempt to do it with what we have. And worst case, if it doesn't work out, I can always reset and we can go through pretty much all of this all over again, in which case you won't see this version of the episode. You'll see the one where I am successful or things go a little better. I really don't like that version of the story, namely for my own time, but, you know, it's on the table. So, we'll see what happens. Man, that's good EXP. Slab increases to level 13, gaining 8 HP, 4 MP, 4 attack, 5 defense, 4 agility, 5 intelligence. Fran also increases to level 14, gaining 4 HP, 1 MP, 6 attack, 1 defense, 1 agility, 1 intelligence, and her bang becomes boom. She also learns Vivify. Oh, this is what I was worried about. Because as you can see, with all of her lovely skills and abilities, I really need to make room for this. Now, I kept Sidestep because with Heal More, it would eventually become Heal All. Heal All and Sidestep will make the ability Hustle, which, if I'm looking at my notes correctly, requires 130 agility, 96 intelligence, and I think 114 HP at level 18. And then let me look here. Heal All will occur at level 16 with 82 MP and 80 intelligence. So it's feasible to actually get Hustle. It means we would need to get rid of one of these other abilities for Vivify. I think out of all of these, I would much rather get rid of DKOS.
I'll show you my power. Close your eyes.
Yeah, that was a tough call, to be honest. Because I've been trying to get abilities together to learn new ones. I figure let's focus on one at a time and just get Hustle. Now, that's actually something I had messed up before, is I was setting up learning Charge Up for Aqua there, so that she could learn Ice Slash. But very notably, she just learns it anyways. Monsters can learn combination abilities if it's already within their parameters to do so, even without the required skills. So if they naturally learn it, they just naturally learn it. They don't need all the requirements. So for instance, that land owl we had with the surge ability, if I were to breed that into our main line, we wouldn't need to learn Antidote, D-Chaos, and all the other prerequisite abilities to learn surge. They would just learn it. So knowing that, and it being a lot more clear to me now, is a pretty big advantage. So I have to keep that in mind. Now let's hop in. And here is our boss. Now it looks simple. Oh, I just go right down. Come on, you should have known it's not that easy. Now the actual path is, I believe, here he gives you a little hint, which is nice. Yeah, so he falls on down. Not very useful for his own safety. But the actual path is fairly simple. It's not really all that difficult. If you, pay attention and remember what you're doing. Oh, I tell you, sometimes it is difficult if you don't do that. I believe it's forward, then down like that. And I believe there's a hole down below him, so you have to go not up. So it is just straight below him. But I really don't feel confident having one rib, 2 pork chops, and the sirloin. So I'm actually going to warp wing out. Just because I really don't want a chance missing out on this boss. They're that good and useful for later breeding. At least if memory serves, I might be kind of wrong on that. But still, a free boss is a free boss, and that's a leveled monster with lots of good stuff. So what I think we should do, head on over here, deposit some of our good items, namely the life acorn, and honestly, our money, I really shouldn't have brought that with us. Let's just deposit that. Let's also then put away our elf water, because again, too good to use club. Don't want to go wasting that. Put the life acorn away, put the attack seed away, and then I think we're good to go. The rest of the stuff we can take. And then I figure, let's just jump right back in. Ideally, we'll find some good items, and be on our way. At least, again, that's the hope. I might be completely wrong. But, you know, fingers crossed, beggars can't be choosers, yada yada yada. So, in we go. Now, to be honest, that first expedition went fairly well. I just want it to go even more well. Ooh. There's an interesting thing. So you know those rooms where you can find a bunch of treasure chests? Turns out, you can find chests outside of them that generally have an even higher chance of being a mimic. But they can contain good items. So, I figure we'll check them. At least, you know, right after this battle. Because, can't check stuff while fighting. So let's look here. 44 gold. Very nice. Luckily, the chests don't stick around after you open them, so that's good. And I figure, too, with all these floors generally being so short, we really don't have much to worry about. Plus, all the extra fights will give us plenty of time to continue cascading and working on our abilities and personality. Namely, the personality. But still, it all adds up and culminates. Also, too, I figure, while going through here, I actually want to check Fran's stats. She's level 14, has 73 intelligence. Okay. Because I want to see if me keeping what I did was a good idea. So she has more MP than she needs. She needs 2 more levels to learn Heal All. She needs 80 intelligence. So long as she gains another 7 intelligence, she'll get Heal All. Then, she already knows Sidestep. So, to learn Hustle, if I can find it on the guide here. Thank you, by the way, Mr. Guide Writer. You have been a lifesaver. Where is it? Hustle. She will eventually need 96 intelligence and 130 agility. Yeah, that agility is going to be a problem, especially because it's learned at level 18. So she won't get it on level, but we might be able to make something work. Depending on how long we keep her, it'll probably work itself out. Now, obviously, I'd have to keep her for a fair bit longer than level, 18 to naturally get those stats. But, honestly, it's probably worth it. Because having a ability that heals everyone that's not a spell specifically is pretty good. Because that means even if we get hit by stop spell, we'd still be able to heal, which I really like the idea of that. Also, hello, boom, dealing some awesome damage. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Because again, I would really like to learn that. Worst case, I can pass it on with the breeding, but it's risky. It's risky. So we already had to get rid of some good skills that I would have liked to keep. It's not the end of the world, but, you get the idea. So, wow, really? Just priest? Alright. Sure enough, I'll take you out after this little quick scuffle. Or they'll beat me up. I guess we'll need the healing. I mean, ideally, if Aqua just tanks it all, then good. Heck yeah, she did. Good job, gal. Love seeing our monsters carry their weight. Fran starts to dance, effectively just, it should say Fran wasted a turn. And realistically, it's not exactly a waste, it's just a waste in my eyes, because she could have been fighting the enemy, or healing, or pretty much anything, to be honest. But hey, no harm, no foul. Hello, Mr. Priest. Of course, it's the destiny for us to meet. It's also the destiny for me to beat you. Ideally. I guess I really don't know, but, Ooh, I don't like Stop Spell not working on King Cobra. Because beat is a nasty spell. Again, it's a chance for instant defeat on whoever it's targeting. It's nasty. So I'm really kind of hoping either Stop Spell starts working, or, better yet, we just kill the Cobra outright. Any of those would be wonderful. Also, I like that Aqua has so much HP and defense that when she goes to Cautious, she just swings. That is really useful. It takes a while to get there, but now that she is, boy is it good. Ironically, they saved the Cobra for last. But luckily, Aqua has a personalized Ice Slash for it. Good EXP, and some good levels. Fran hits level 15, gaining 6 HP, 2 MP, 9 attack, 2 defense, 2 agility, 2 intelligence. Yeah, that intelligence gain might kind of start screwing her over. I'm not saying it will for sure, but it's really feeling like it, isn't it? But hey, worst case, if we have to keep Fran around for a little longer so she learns better skills, I'm all for it. I am all for it. Because to be fair, our next arena battle is honestly pretty darn tough. So, the more health we can get, the better. Especially because learning Hustle would also, in addition to being a non-spell heal, it does heal everyone. So, think of it like Heal Us if it were like the prerequisite baby version. Maybe not baby version, but an intermediary that's similar. With, again, the benefit of it's not a spell, it's an ability. So, that's why I'm kind of like, I think it's worth risking things if it means we can try to get that. Now, obviously, like I said, it will take us a little longer to learn it, because Fran's intelligence and agility are frankly so gosh darn low. But perhaps I can take some trips through these gates a few times and try to find a bard and try to artificially increase those stats. That would work fairly well. Now, it'll be time-consuming for me, but every minute I spend now only saves me that much more time later. So, really, no time like the present. So, a lovely boom spell. I love that Fran has that. That's why I was like, I want Fran to keep at least one skill, because look how good that is. Oh, it's so good. It's only going to get better, too. That's the best part. Big floor. Oh, Fran! Oh, goodness. Yeah, wow, okay. I'm happy I had map magic. We would have been here for a while. Oh. Well, frankly, I'm not coming back, so, hey there. Of course, it's the destiny to meet us here. Yes, I know. Oh. What a team. Alright, well. I guess get to it. Ow. Massacre hurts. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. And now Fran starts to dance. Alright. Well, beggars cannot be choosers. Oh, Metally's gonna kill himself. Or he'll dodge, killing himself. Honestly, a really strange turn of events. But good for him. Good for him. I'm glad he got himself out of that pit of despair. Depression is no joke. So again, good for him. Or her, I guess. I have no way of knowing. I just default to him, because there's a little man right there. Look at him. That's also what I call my cat. He's a little man. Well, this has been anticlimactic for a few turns. Hey, the Rogue Knight's finally knocked out. Perfect. Now I know I'm saving my sirloin for the boss, but what if I start giving pork chops to the Medley? Because frankly, I'm seeing a golden opportunity that's looking silver. Wow, Fran, you do 8 damage to a Medley? That's kind of awesome. I ain't gonna lie. Now look, do I think I'll actually recruit the Medley? No. But would I like to? Yes. Also, I figure it frees up my inventory for better treats. So, you know. No harm, no foul. But hey, good EXP. Aqua even gains a level, hitting level 24. She gains 5 HP, 4 MP, 6 attack, 6 defense, 2 agility, 6 intelligence. Slab increases to level 14, gaining 6 HP, 1 MP, 3 attack, 4 defense, 1 agility, 5 intelligence. And he learns strong defense. Fair. Fran gains level and is level 16. She gains 4 HP, 4 MP, 8 attack, 3 defense, 3 agility, 4 intelligence. Just shy of getting heal all, but she'll get there eventually. Not too worried. Also, man, talk about some good EXP. Also, holy moly, Aqua, 201 agility. Whew. Also, everyone's a hot blood, which means I can kind of just start mashing A, which is great. I want to put Aqua on charge, Slab on charge, and Fran. Honestly, I'm just going to put everyone on charge. I think they deal enough damage that they can just kind of nuke things and really speed stuff up. This is one of the parts of the game I love. Is once you're powerful enough, put everyone on charge, smack that A button quick as you can, and go to town. And plus 2, if your monsters are smart enough, they'll just kill stuff naturally without using skills. It's pretty great. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? Naughty little battle. Come on, baby. Come on. Now, as we know, I'm really hoping for some sirloin. But if we don't get it, it's not the end of the world. Probably going to be a beef jerky or a pork chop. But if it's a rib, I'll take that too. Come on. Pork chop. Alright, fair enough. Again, beggars cannot be choosers. But it would have been nice. Still not the end of the world. We have a fair bit more to go. And again, oh, it's so much faster not having to cascade every time we fight. I love it. And don't get me wrong, I do like the interactivity of cascading and using items and all that. But especially after an hour and a half of farming once upon a time, or, you know, a couple times, several times, especially in the future, it's nice to just be able to smack the A button and just blow through enemies. It's one of the reasons that doing all that farming grinding really pays off. So, I appreciate it where I can. What do we got? A rib, okay. Antidote. Less fine, but not bad. Especially because we have antidote, but hey, I'll take it. Worst case, we're out of MP. It'll do in a pinch. Love water, very useful. Also, how is our item repertoire looking? Admittedly decent. I think a sirloin, 2 ribs, and a pork chop will be enough, but I'm skeptical, to be completely honest. So we'll see. We'll see. My fingers are crossed that it is enough, but if it's not, well, at the very least, Slab increases to level 15. He gains 9 HP, 2 MP, 5 attack, 6 defense, 2 agility, 6 intelligence. Very nice, Slab. Now, the big reason that I'm making such a big deal out of this is that if you beat a boss monster that can be recruited, but you don't recruit it, it's just gone forever. You cannot get it back. At least that opportunity. That's kind of why I'm making such a big deal out of this. Especially because most boss monsters are real good ones. So, not only statistically, but in terms of, like, the breeding chain that would be needed to actually obtain them naturally. So, getting this next one would save us a lot of time. So, evidently, I am hopeful and trying to, you know, do things properly. Ooh, Another Monster Master. Absolutely, I'd like to see ya. I love when it's the destiny to meet ya. Let's look at all these enemies. We'll just use an Ice Storm and a Boom and a Firebane and blow them all away. Easy enough. Or Fran will just do ridiculous damage with her normal attack. I tell you, it's a good day. Bolt. That'll deal some damage. Not really that much, all things considered. Nothing we can't handle. Some good EXP, giving Fran a level. She's now level 17. She gains 6 HP, 3 MP, 2 attack, 13 defense, 10 agility, and 8 intelligence. And she learns twin hits. Oh, man. Okay. It inflicts double the damage to an enemy for 6 MP. It's a really good skill. And I'm kind of considering getting rid of Curse Off for that. I'm not going to lie. Because that could be really useful. I think I need to just stick with what she has. It's not her wheelhouse to be dealing all that physical damage. It's great that she can, but it's not her job, specifically. So I'm going to say no. I might regret it. I'll probably regret it. Oh well. Move on with life. All is well. Let's see. Another priest. My goodness. Holy moly, game. I mean, I'll take it. I love when it's the destiny to meet him. But let me tell you. Italy. Oh, baby. EXP upon EXP. Must be Christmas. I'm feeling good. And here's the only unfortunate part, is that some people might try attacking the Medley first. Luckily, Fran had the sense to not go for him immediately, so that's good. Let's see. Aqua still gets through. Fran goes 13 and just takes him out. Holy moly, gal. I don't even think she needs twin hits. To be honest, upon seeing that, I think she's got enough attack. So, heck yeah, gal. Fran increases to level 18, gaining 4 HP, 5 MP, 3 attack, 11 defense, 8 agility, 4 intelligence. Her heal more becomes heal all. You know? With her gaining levels like that, especially in agility, getting hustle may not be too far out of the question. She only needs 28 more. She has the intelligence and the MP. Man, Fran's kind of a powerhouse. So wow, Slab, you're doing pretty good, buddy. I love it. Now, to be fair, yeah, his skills, maybe not great, but the rest of him's doing great, so hurrah! Otherwise, keep on looking. There's the Mystic Hole, which, where are we? 7 out of 11. Technically 12. Let's keep going. Ooh, Mud Doll. That's a special enemy. I believe you mix 2 of those. Also, what the heck am I doing? I don't need to cascade, I just need to fight. Muscle memory playing its part. But, I believe you combine 2 Mud Dolls, you can make a Golem. So, if you want another Golem like we had gotten way in the beginning of the game, that's the way to do it. Ooh, Slab increases to level 16. He gains 8 HP, 3 MP, 4 attack, 4 defense, a 3 agility, 3 intelligence. Very good, buddy. Again, I'm really hoping for one of those rooms so we can just save the game. That would be super nice. Now look, I don't like leaving you all on a cliffhanger, mind you. But having a save before a chance boss is kinda really nice. So, you know, worst case, if we don't get a room like that, ooh, a lava staff, oh my, okay. Then I figure, first we'll pick that up, which I believe the lava staff Yeah, it makes damage with magma, which I believe is equivalent to a Blazemore from Terry, which is pretty good, admittedly. Um, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, like I was saying, if we don't get a save, then I think what I'll do is I'll Warp Wing back and then save outside of here. Yeah, it even gave me a Warp Wing. Haha, so funny game. Love you. I'll save the game to be careful, make my way back through here again, and then start next episode with the fight. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll get there this episode and then start next episode with that fight. I don't know. There's just so much writing on this that it's hard for me to make a concise plan when there's so many variables and things riding on this. Because I would like to be able to recruit the boss. Obviously, I've gone way out of my way to do that. But, I don't know. It's a tough call, you know? It's a real tough call. It's one of the reasons I hesitated so long to actually Let's Play this game. Is that it can be rough on your time schedule. Luckily, I don't do too much, but, you know, a rib. Okay. That might just give us the edge we need. Now, the other issue, too, and look, I am confident in my team, so I bring this up, would be killing the boss before we can get all of these good treats out, right? Like, I think we have more than enough to recruit the boss. It's just, would we be able to feed them, all of them, before we kill them? That's kind of the problem. Now, obviously, I think for the fight, I'll set Fran to defend, just because she does have a weakness, or the boss has a weakness of hers. But, yeah, I don't know. Plus, too, admittedly, the episode has gone pretty long. So, I'm gonna keep holding out, and I think what I will do is if we make it to the boss, I'll warp back, and then I'll make it through back to the boss on my own, and start next episode with that. Just because, again, I feel bad about the cliffhanger, but I really want to make sure we get this boss. Seeing as we're hearing music and encountering Metalies, I would like to, you know... Yeah, see, Metalie tries to escape. They can fail, but, you know... So if nothing else, at least we showed off, you know, finding Metalies, actually. But I really want to make sure we get this boss monster. I would like to have a save. It's just one of the problems with this game is that it's a lot of risk reward. So I think once we clear out this floor, I'll warp wing back, save the game, and then next episode, I'll meet you at the boss, and we'll fight him. I think that's the safest plan and idea. Because I don't want to risk it. Yeah. It's a shame. Trust me, even I know I feel bad about doing it. But I'd like to have him along. I think it's a guy anyways. So, let's warp wing. And then next time we play Dragon Warrior Monsters, I'm gonna meet you there at the boss. Ideally, we'll beat the boss, recruit the boss, and then take on the next arena. That is the current working plan. Now, evidently, if I go through and get to the boss, I'm probably going to gain some stats and levels, and maybe even learn some skills. So I think what I'll do is I'll take a before, quick browse as to the levels of everyone, and then get to the boss, show what they currently look like, fight the boss, rinse, repeat if need be. I think it's a good plan. As always, I'm Bread. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.